ArkAngel solid. ArkAngel
Wicked
WickedMind,
Minds.
who is looking solid, versus Aether Main.
Who is also looking a bit solid.
Solid.
But you know, it's we already predicted it's going to be a close
Your
match
team
between
is
these
banning.
two guys. We won't be disappointed in expecting high intensity action here from both these teams.
Yeah. And bam, there goes the Leomord ban. And I think, sorry, hold on, let me just fix this real quick. There you go. Leomord ban, don't want to see that on ArkAngel's WickedMind side. I'm gonna be predicting they gotta get rid of Claude. I think.
They have to get rid of Claude. But Harith, if they leave Harith open, she's going to be an entire problem here.
Have you played the? Oh,
Your team
Harith is
is
going to be
banning.
picked up. Is going to be banned.
yeah.
So we might see a Grok ban. We might see a Claude ban. We should see a Claude ban.
We should see a Gushen ban.
Yeah, and just rely solely on the playmakers here for
Yeah.
both of these teams. But still got a couple of seconds left before Aether Main decides who to ban. I'm really expecting a Grok being banned here, unless they want to pick him up because they're going to be the first pick.
Well, 7 seconds left, and it's gonna be the Q
Your team
ban.
is
I'm not
banning.
surprised here. The Q is really a kind of hero that can wreak havoc in the right hands. It's a high skill cap hero. It's a high level hero. It's easy to play but hard to master.
Yeah, everybody can pick up Cho, but not a lot of people can masterfully play Cho. And we are going to be expecting a Claude
Is
ban
it
here.
Chow
from
or
Panda.
Chu? I think it's Chow, right?
Yeah, I go for the Chow.
But you just said Chu.
No, you said Chu.
No, I said
I said Chow.
Chu.
There's the Alice ban. Leaves Claw
team
way
is
open.
picking.
Wow.
Alice. Oh, yeah, this leaves Claude open. I think Etherman's gonna straight up pick it. Just to deny
There
it.
you
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
It's going to be Changu, I think. It's going to be staying on that Claw, but they're actually hesitating a bit here.
Yeah. Do I really want it? They're flexing a little bit like, yeah, we can take this from you. But they might change their mind and like, nah, you can have it. We're gonna let you keep it anyway.
Weird flex, but okay.
Okay. But no, they're
There
just
you
gonna
go.
take it.
Your team
No
is
no weird
picking.
flexes today, not this time around here.
Yeah, Claw's going to be picked up, but they need playmakers here. They could go for Akaja so that they can lock down on Claude there. Potentially a Grok, and a Grok is going to be picked up, and Akaja as well. Okay, so both of my
Yeah.
predictions
As
are correct
soon
so
as
far.
you said that, both of the picks came through. I'm a little bit conflicted. I think the Gronk is a good pick against Claude,
Your team
especially
is
if you want to be
picking.
able to zone him out and be able to isolate him from the rest of his team. That Gronk is going to be absolutely phenomenal on that a little bit later on.
Yeah, we could potentially see an Akai being picked up here on the side of Aether Main because they need CC. On the flip side, they could also just try to deny Wicked Minds their primary burst damage dealers, which is going to be Kagura. Potentially go ahead and pick up Harley, or they can go ahead and pick up Lolita as well so that they can, just
No, not
deny.
today. We were
Ah.
getting trolled. We were just getting trolled. Nope, it's going to be Harley.
Harley. Here we go. The burst damage is
Your team is
significantly thinned out here
Yeah.
for Wicked Minds. They need to pick up Carrie or Selena.
I think a Gushen is a good idea now. I mean, to have that good counter engage onto that Kagura or that Harley and put in the right hands. It's not a direct counter by any means, but picking a Gushen I think can allow them to help jump onto that Claude, jump onto Harley, dive into the back lines. But I think it's gonna be this Lancelot pick actually.
Yeah, Lancelot and Hooker. They almost picked up Natalia there.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it.
Your
But
team
we're
is
already
picking.
seeing a bit of a late game centric lineup here for Wicked Minds, with Hellkurt having to go online as soon as the late game comes so that he can start split pushing.
No.
Here on the side of Aether Main, Akai and Hylos. It's all CCs here for their side as
Yeah.
well.
So what you're gonna see is Hylos and Akai just controlling the team fight. Well, supposedly that's ideally the goal. Controlling the team fight while you've got that Harley, while you've got that Kagura, while you have this Claude from the back line, just doing all the damage and really trying to shut down as best as they can
Your team is
the
picking.
side of ArkAngel.
Now it's all going to depend on how Wicked Minds is going to go for, as the last pick is going to be in question here. I feel like another playmaker should be in store for us, but more burst damage might also be up for grabs here. It could go for carry. They need more damage down the line. Lolita maybe, but they're instead gonna go for Gushin. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't pick Gushin earlier. So a little bit of confusing for me that Gushin pick. I think you already have a lot of burst in the form of Lancelot, and I think the Gushin might be a little bit of overkill, a little bit of a greedy pick in my opinion here.
Yeah, at least it gives them that bit of an early game advantage. Well, not much of an advantage because we got a Kagura and a Harley on the side of Aether main and a Claude as well.
It's gonna be a little bit hard to get these kills onto Harley as well. Um, I don't know. This is gonna be tough here. For now, I'm gonna say that Ether main has the better lineup, has the better composition.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna discount the fact that that ArkAngel does have a fantastic chance in this if they can execute their lineup correctly. I just think that Ether main has a lot more of a wider berth of maybe mistakes that they can make.
Yeah, and Aether main looking like, well, they do look like they can scale really well in the early game going towards the late game. On the flip side, WickedMinds, they have a mid-game to late-game spike that they need to make sure that they hit, because if they miss the mid-game or the late-game spike even, that's when Aether main's going to snowball them.
Yeah, so in the side of ArkAngel, they need to shut things down quick. They need to be able to take those fights. They need to be able to shut down the laners. They need to be able to get into their jungle and really start to dominate Ether main. Otherwise, we might just see a complete stomp here. So, story of the game here is really going to be all about that laning phase, I think. And if they can successfully shut down Ether main or not.
Rotations might be a good call here for both of these teams. Just out-rotate your opponent, try to secure kills, and once you secure kills, go ahead and secure objectives. That's the only way that they can bounce back into this. That's also what game number 1, the first series, that's also the weakness there, because there weren't a lot of objective takes here, and Execration was just able to secure objectives left and right, and I want to see more objectives being taken. I want to see systematic, surgical even takes of objectives, of kills, you know, something to make sure that you get the victory.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that we're actually going to be seeing that kind of action here. Well, it's all going to be a toss-up, basically. It's all going to be up in the air until we really see how things go. So we're going to be going straight into this game. So while we're here, Ether main looking like they're doing a standard. Oh, but actually Gronk getting a little bit aggressive there in the bush.
Over the bottom lane though.
Yeah, and Kenji looking like he's getting really pressured. That's going to hurt him and force him to burn his regen very, very early.
Yeah, and this is already an aggressive play here by WickedMinds. They know that they have to get as much gold and XP as possible, so they're invading the bottom jungle. No one is actually laning here on side of ArkAngel WickedMinds, since the lanes haven't really pushed up just yet. But yeah, already ArkAngel having the right mindset. They're trying to go to and hit their mid-game spike as much as possible. Over the bottom lane, there was a bit of a scuffle, but no follow-throughs here. But over here in the top lane, JP being spotted here by EJ, and JP is going to be able to escape.
Yeah, and that's looking like Akai. That's Crypt. He is looking to be chased. All his tankiness might mean nothing, but it might mean something now as Panda actually falls in response. That's a nice turnaround kill. ArkAngel getting a little bit too greedy this time around. Trying to take down that tank who, that guy is, that's not an easy thing to do by any means, no matter what situation.
That is really not an easy way to go about this, but okay. 1 minute into the game, going into the 2-minute mark, Aether main already slightly edging in terms of the gold advantage. 200 gold advantage and slowly rising just because Aether main is able to secure that kill and able to secure objectives as well. But Changu though, very, very low on HP here. There's a 3-man gang squad here by WickedMinds, and Rio is actually going to dive in that turret. Aggro is going to be way too much for him. He's going to be able to survive without a shadow of a doubt. No connections there, but LeBron cleans it out. And it's still going to go on. This scuffle is not going to end anytime soon as Jay falls down by the hands of LeBron on that Harley.
Nice, clean engage there. Ether main winning these team fights, winning these skirmishes again and again. Really not letting ArkAngel get those win conditions in his favor. I mean, we're talking about how ArkAngel needs to get an early shutdown, but it seems like Ether main is doing it the other way around. They're the ones putting ArkAngel on their heads.
Yeah, just like what we mentioned in the draft earlier, Aether main can scale really well.
Oh, and again, it's the dives that really... ArkAngel need to start picking their fights even like much better than this, because they're losing 1v1s. They're losing these fights that they try to pick. I think they're trying a little bit too hard to shut down Ether main.
Yeah, they really are.
Look at
trying
this.
too hard.
JP, he might get punished for this. Harley's already there, ready for the punish.
That was a bad trade on the HPs. Didn't get Harley at all, and then got a huge.
On
chunk
the
of his
plus
HP
side, they
out.
might get Turtle, but that's just a consolation prize at this point here.
Yeah, at least you were able to get the turtle. Your a 400 gold lead here by Aether main. At least they're still pretty much in the game. Just don't give away those early kills. That's just like what we saw earlier on.
Yeah, Lancelot though, trying to farm up. He needs to get fed. This Lancelot to me is going to be the focal point for this game. I think the damage output of Lancelot has to be the one to clear out the tanks in order for Gushin to be able to make any plays. But hold on, I think my Korean just... No? Okay, we're back.
Well, yeah, we're still in the game here. And just like what we said in the draft earlier, an Aether main can scale really well in the early game. Going into the late game, let's hold that thought though. WickedMind looking for a kill there on the bottom lane, but Panda, I think he's going to be almost paid the price for that. Rio is actually diving really deep into this Aether main territory, and that will secure them a kill onto Kenji on that Claude.
Finally, looking a little bit sloppy on that dive there, but ArkAngel managing to somehow pull it through. Trying to get that trade Ether main onto JP, not going to happen this time because of the mobility of this Lancelot. Somehow managed to get away, but they're going to trade tower for tower in the end. But in the end, no kills going out there for the side of Ether main. That's a little bit of good news for ArkAngel, who actually have swung in the lead in terms of the gold advantage here.
Look at this, they're immediately going in for the mid tier 1 turret. And I think Aether main is slowly getting on the back foot here. They're not, at least they were able to get the top lane free because the turtle is going to be spawning there on the top side, and they're eyeing out the middle turret as well.
Now the second, this is the second turret for the side of Ether main if they capture it. Yes, they in fact will take the turret down. Good on them, but look at this Exort hiding in the bush. If they, oh no, he might get, yeah, he has to run. There's no way that he can pick off that Akai right there with the rest of his teammates backing him up. But it looks like Gronk, that's Jay. He's gonna get stunned up. Could pay the price. He's got a lot of tankiness, but the backup is here. He will drop eventually, though. Yeah, he's not enough tankiness to survive against 3 players. The Gushin, though, getting a trade onto that Harley, and that's what we mentioned. Him trying to just pick the right engagements, trying to get the right picks at the right time, going up against this.
Double kill.
Going against up against this Akai, getting the pick successfully, and as we mentioned, this Gushin has to play smart, and I think he's doing that successfully now.
The lead is now swinging towards.
Oh, but look,
ArkAngel.
Gushin goes back in.
Kenji?
Killing spree.
And he gets that kill even though he's dropping so low. Kagura tries to get him, but if Rio gets her skills off,
Yin Yang overturn.
but
yeah.
auto attack stylishly finishing off that Rio, who gets that triple kill, and that's the shutdown gold going to the favor of Ether main this time.
Now seemingly no one has the lead here. I mean, ArkAngel on paper has the lead in terms of gold, but in terms of just morale, ArkAngel is feeling it right now. Able to secure consecutive kills against Aether main, ties up the gold lead.
Yeah, but it's not gonna matter to me, honestly, if ArkAngel do not start to end this as soon as possible. They need to start shutting Ether main down quickly, because as you mentioned, the power spikes and the timings here for ArkAngel, it's not gonna go well all the way until the late game. Sure, you have that Lancelot, but I mean the rest of the team not gonna be so happy going into that late game.
Yeah, and Aether main is slowly building up their spikes here in the game. They are eyeing out this bottom lane here, and there is a rotation here from ArkAngel, but no kills as of late. Jay trying to look for a bit of a CC there, and I think this is going to be a dive here over at top lane. Kenji is going to be able to out micro Exort there, almost dies, and he's going to pay the price for that. And there is going to be a rotation here by Aether main, finally securing the kill onto that Hellcurt, and everyone else is just posting up here over the top side near the Lord.
That's a nice response from both teams. 1-1 was the trade-off. ArkAngel leading by only 1 tower still. So the goal is now starting to swing Ether main side. This game is just back and forth. It's honestly quite a brawl, and We have no idea where this is going to go unless one team starts to break free. And Tamago looking like he wants to be the leader of that charge, diving in, but it's going to be punished. So much damage coming out here, but no matter how tanky your horse is, you can't go up against 2 players on your own.
Yeah, Hylos won't be able to provide the burst damage there. On the flip side, though, Exort is slowly building up his repertoire as a split push here on that Hellcurt. It's making sure he's shoving up the lane so that he can build up space for his team. But I don't think this is going to be an engagement that Aether main wants here over the top lane.
Yeah, ArkAngel are happy to just let this go, just to sort of clear the waves. In fact, I think their goal is to try to push out bottom lane and try to get that tower in response to this one that they're trying to push right now. No people coming in. Lancelot is in the flank, so he could get a sneaky kill. Actually going in, does a lot of damage, very hefty right now. And JP being a star, charging in, getting Tango and LeBron very, very low. But now it looks like they're going to punish onto him. The rest of the players of Aether main are actually split up. Some of them, Claude is in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, look at where Gushan is while Panda falls. They've actually gotten a tier 2 tower. So that's not a bad trade at all. 1 death for a tier 2 tower. They're going to be happy with that exchange any day.
We really are going to be happy with that. And they're slowly peeling away objectives here onto their favor. And it's really starting to show here for ArkAngel WickedMind. They're slowly scaling really well going into the late game. But Aether main, though, they still have that mid-game and late-game spike that they can rely on, especially considering the fact that the Lord is still up. A fight here can turn the tides of the battle.
I think that exchange was pretty much balanced. I mean, thinking about the fact that they did get a kill Aether main, that's going to help them boost it more into the late game as it comes. But the objective game is what ArkAngel is going for. So a little bit of a win-win here. But what might not be a win-win is that Divine Judgment onto Tamago on EJ, who gets pulled in. Now it's Kenji, who's looking like he's in trouble. They're trying to get into him, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case this time around. Rio looking like he's going to be dropping, but going back into the fight, actually gets the kill. And that's going to be a clean 2-0 in the bottom lane. However, that's a trade kill onto that split pusher. But will it matter? They're finally going to secure that top tier 1 tower.
Yeah, top tier 1 tower is down. They can go for a Lord take here if they want. It's the Lord's going to be pretty much paper here. In comparison to this ArkAngel gank squad here over the
but
top
they're
lane,
not
that's gonna be a
stopping.
tier
It's
2.
really objective based here for ArkAngel, and that's really the way to go. They know that they have to start shutting this down, and that's really what's happening. But Rio versus LeBron, who's going to win? Who's going to duke it out? They're not going to commit, and Rio gets away, probably realizing that he cannot take on this Harley 1v1.
Yeah, those 1v1 fights, those small skirmishes that we're seeing is something that they really don't want to commit into. If they want to go for a fight, go for the big 5v5 fights in order for you guys to swing the tide. Speaking of tide swinging, Aether main had the lead in terms
I
of
thought
gold.
you were about to say, speaking of Tide, kill 99% of germs.
I think that's soap, sir. Not that type of soap.
Not that
but
type of soap. Oh yeah, that's a different type of soap. But in any case, cleaning up the jungle right now is Crypt getting that kill onto Gushan. Rio falls as well. That's going to be a second kill. Nice response there. And they're going to be falling back happy with that exchange.
Yeah, ArkAngel just securing objectives left and right, and then making sure that they have the gold lead. JP going one-on-one here against EJ. Panda's going to be there. Divine Judgment is up. Can be used, but no, EJ's going to be able to come out of that relatively unscathed, but this military is going to fall down. And I think this is going to be another engagement here. ArkAngel is going to force this fight. That wall off is going to prevent Chango from going back to the game as much as possible, but it's going to be a disengage here.
That damage done onto Exort forces him to fall back. Zoned out completely, unable to get that team fight in, unable to get that engagement, which they so desperately want. Because that's what ArkAngel wants. They want to get into that fight, but Kenji taking a little bit of time trying to get this last kill. Finally, will be able to get it.
This is what I like about Claude, just able to steal the attack speed from anybody.
Yeah.
And that's gonna scale really well in the late game. And speaking of which, there is going to be an engagement here, and Kenji is gonna go for an engage, but he's gonna fall back. He's
Divine
gonna get walled up.
Judgment will get pulled in.
Dark Knight Falls is gonna be popped here, and they are gonna go for the kills here. Tamago Crypt is gonna fall dangerously low, but Chango will be the MVP there in that fight. And they are forcing ArkAngel back, and they are overstaying their welcome, actually. ArkAngel can still fight back here, but EJ is just consistently bringing the pain.
ArkAngel dropping like flies here as they are pushed by that horsey man.
High loss horsey man.
High loss, the horsey man, cannot get back into the fight as they're dropped super low. Now this should be potentially 2 towers, and look at that, JP taking so much damage, somehow still gets the kill, and that could force them back. They're not relenting though, they want at least 1, and I think they're gonna get it right now. JP unfortunately missing that combo. They will lose 1 tower, and that's barely 1 HP on that last inhibitor turret.
Yeah, and that top turret as well is dropping dangerous low, but the lanes are not shoved here. This is favorite for me.
This is where the tides are starting to turn. This is the mid-game, late-game sort of scenario right now, where if they, Ether main, they are starting to come back into this, and ArkAngel, their chance to win this match, they're taking time bomb. They need to get into this because more and more, you're going to see other mains start to dominate.
A Lord take might be the difference here, but that face check is going to be detrimental for EJ. I think he's going to be able to escape here as his teammates are actually going to be there to back him up. Crypt is going to get wall blocked, but no follow-throughs here at all. They're just going to disengage because ArkAngel knows if they lose 1 guy, 1 or 2,
it could be all over. Yeah, they don't have any. They have inhibitor turrets down. One is going to drop shortly, and that's going to be a free tower as well. It's going to be the last siege, and it's Helm's Deep here for ArkAngel. They have to hold the line.
The line is being held really well, not even, because the Dark Knight Falls is going to be popped. They're going to look for a counter engagement here.
Last chance here, but oh my god, that damage onto Exort forces him to fall back, and that's the re-engagement coming out from Ether main. They know that they have a chance here, but they're happy to disengage once again because ArkAngel are looking for a fight, but Ether main are just looking to bleed them out.
Yeah, super minions are now spawning in the mid lane and in the bottom lane. It's going to apply a lot of pressure on the side of ArkAngel WickedMinds. The Lord has not been taken. That's interesting to note that because the Lord is going to be an added pushing power or defensive push as well.
I think ArkAngel should, if they want to go for a fight, they should position around Lord and try to get a fight in. Try to maybe bait out the members of Ether main. But I mean, this is still a doable fight for them. But because if they keep staying in their base and staying there, they're gonna get locked out. But it looks like Ether main is the ones who's looking to get that bait in, trying to check for ArkAngel now. But no one seems to be falling for that trap. Akai will run into Gronk though. I don't think he's gonna mind too much.
Yeah. And what do you get when you have 2 rocks facing off against each other? 2 rocks.
A quarry,
Yes.
basically.
Rock mine.
A rock mine. But can you smell what they're cooking?
Well, of course, we can smell what they're cooking because Aether main is trying to cook up a victory here. But ArkAngel is not looking really solid here.
Oh, they're going to lose his tower because Gushin and the rest of the team was too far gone. But now it's going to be the re-engagement. It's Akai who's going to be dropping to half HP. Panda's getting ticked down as well, and they're going to be starting to chase. But look at that damage. Holy moly, the drop is so immediate. Jay falls as well. JP looks like he's going to be next. It's going to be a 3rd kill. That's going to be 4th. Rio all alone. Oh, and I think he's going to be stunned up here. There's nowhere that he can go. That's going to be pretty much the end of the game here. GG, Ether main taking this cleanly against ArkAngel. We saw it coming, and that's going to be the first game in the series. Ether main clinching it out against ArkAngel.
1-0 is the scoreline. Aether main just looking, almost looking like they were in the back foot, but as soon as the mid-game, late-game spike hit them, it's all downhill from there. And if we have a look at the scoreboard here, MVP is going to be Crypt on that Akai. 1-1 and 12. A lot of assists. Almost all.
And the Lancelot, actually, that's JP. He did phenomenal this game. We talked about him being the crucial point of the map. And really, a lot of that game rested on the shoulders of that Lancelot to be able to do that damage, to be able to get in the ganks, to be able to push towers, and just be really a nuisance towards the tanks here, the lineup of Ether main. He was successfully able to do that. However, the rest of his team was really shut down. Talking about the Gushin, as we mentioned,